Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Chattin with Staxx. Today, we're talking about this guy.
When I got kicked out of the club, or that side of the club,
He is a complete and utter fraud. He's not related to Lou Dobkins, the founder of the Pagans, those pagan tapes that he claims exist.
True freedom and true brotherhood.
And I can prove it, and I will prove it for you here today. You know, Vice had him on. He completely lied to them. He pulled the wool over their eyes. I let Vice know that he was a fraud, and other people knew it as well. But now it's time to expose him. So stay tuned. Buckle your seatbelts. It's about to get real. Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Carrie.
Hey,
Carrie. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Bill. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. There's a lot of controversy going around. Some people might not be aware of it, but I'm here to bring it to light today. And it's something that needs to be done because this guy's out here getting away with way too much. A lot of people believe him and his lies, and it's time. The time is now for him to be exposed.
I agree.
We're going to get into who that is and what lies he's been spreading around. And so I wanted to hear your story about when you first came across this character and what he told you, because there's a lot of different stories out there on what he told people. We're going to unravel this package.
Yeah. He told me that his girlfriend...
Wait, who are we talking about here?
Okay, so I wanted to make sure. Bull Harris, right? The infamous Bull Harris. So he had told me that his girlfriend was the granddaughter of Lou Dobkins, and that's how he has the tapes that he's exposed as Lou Dobkins' voice.
That we enjoy so much in this club during the time period that this letter was written.
And what do we know now?
We know now that it is AI created.
It is a complete lie. It is not Lou Dobkins' voice.
That's right.
He made all this up. Why would he do that?
my grandfather, Lou Dobkins.
On national television, too, it doesn't make any sense to me. You have to be some kind of mental disorder to do something like that without thinking that you're going to be exposed eventually, because everything that happens in the dark will come to the light.
Always.
And here's the light.
So now the pagans are going to have a serious issue with this.
You would think so. You would think so, because he goes on ViceTV and is saying that he is the grandson of Lou Dobkins. But he told me something different. He told you something different. And I'm sure he's told a few other people a few other different stories if he's doing that to us.
100%.
So I think that's kind of outlandish, especially when you're dealing with a national president. That's who Vice really wanted to focus on, right? So it blew my mind. As soon as I seen the title, grandson of, I just was like, wow, there's no way.
Grandson of Lou Dobkins. Now, I looked up his family tree. Lou Dobkins is nowhere to be found on his family tree. He is not related to Lou Dobkins. All of these tapes are totally fake, and I could prove it. We're going to prove it. So I reached out to Vice. I told them that this guy is a complete fraud, and they still put him on. And other people were aware that this was AI, because there's tons of comments saying, oh, this is AI. Where'd you get the voice from? And it's just too coincidence. It's kind of like Sons of Anarchy. This guy finds the lost tapes, and he's the long lost one. Yeah, the chosen one, because he's going around saying that he's the chosen pagan, right?
Oh, man.
To lead this army. And some of these people believe him.
And I know that for a fact. I know at least two. One isn't a pagan, one used to be a pagan, that finds this guy, to be a solid character. And I do believe, though, they're not aware of his, how you say, agree. So,
Well, they'll be aware of it now. 100%, because there's no
yeah,
denying that these tapes are fake. And there is no denying that Lou Dobkins is not on his family tree
right.
whatsoever.
And it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? I mean, isn't there somebody out there that he put the AI through to read off of?
Yeah. He plagiarized someone's book.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you plagiarize someone's book? Because, I mean, Lou Dobkins can't jump out of the grave, record a tape in 2022, and then
Right.
jump back in the grave.
Right. Exactly.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, my grandfather's a bioengineerist. Your grandfather. Well, too bad he's not your grandfather, though.
Because he told you that he was his girlfriend's grandfather, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told me that his grandma was with Lou Dobkins. So it's all different stories. When you start telling lies.
When I got kicked out of the club, or that side of the club, I said, like, back when they finally agreed to let me come over and do my own thing.
Mm-hmm. You got to start keeping up with them, and you can't.
Yeah, you can't keep them straight.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that his grandmother was involved with Lou Dobkins, and that's how he got the tapes, that the grandmother said, be careful with these tapes.
I asked Grandma, and Grandma, she gave me the ammo, and I tried to sit there. I think I sat there for weeks trying to figure out how the f I'm going to do this. I ain't got a boombox. And I went out and shed and found one.
And this and that.
Now, see, you've done a deep dive in his background history, and so I could sit here. Well, no, I would sit here and say that, we don't know for a fact, but you did a background check on him, and Lou Dobkins is nowhere in his family history, so he's
not even on the page. Not even on the pages. I've seen everyone that's in his family.
Even on his anywhere, like the last name or anything?
No. Lou
that's
Dobkins,
wild.
or the name Dobkins, is not on his family tree.
That's wild. For him to actually go through with this and not think that someone was going to do a check on him. That's so strange. He's such a weird character, this guy, Bull.
How did you even come across Bull Harris?
I came across Bull Harris, I believe that was on TikTok first. I was intrigued by some of the tapes that he was playing because growing up with the biker community, it's always like a hush-hush type of thing, like you don't say too much. And he was posting a lot of things that I thought civilians should not be seeing, like those tapes, or if it was real. It's not real, we know now, but if
they were real,
yeah, that it shouldn't be out for the public to be hearing. That's just my opinion about it. I don't think that that's something that civilians should have their ears out to. And he was posting other things too, like he had on Vice, which is like, sometimes in gangs we take oaths, right? And so I believe that they posted some of the Pagans' oath on national television, and that's all because of Bull Harris. And I just don't think that, old school ways anyways, very hush-hush, what's our business is our business, and we won't even give anybody room to know our information on the inside. So I met him through TikTok that way, and then eventually over on Facebook he created some kind of Facebook group. I forgot what it was called, but it was like Pagan something. And so I joined it out of curiosity, see what's going on. And during my scrolling adventures, I noticed that he had posted a picture of my uncle and my other uncle and things like that, and he doesn't have permission to do things like that. Then somebody had inquired about the Thunder Guards and their relationship with the Pagans, and Bull Harris decided to use a black member of the Pagans called Buffalo to, I guess, explain some of the African American history and biker history, maybe. Not sure what his exact goal was with that, but he made Buffalo out to be some kind of outstanding, member of the Pagans, and he's all good. And I after what happened to my father, I was furious. I hit him up. He didn't answer for a while. I at least wanted him to know the truth about the whole Buffalo situation and what happened with my father.
He's saying that Buffalo started the Thunder Guards?
No. He was just, I believe he was referencing Buffalo as just being a black member of a biker gang. And using him as an example, I believe, because this was last year, I believe. And yeah, so he finally hit me up in the inbox, and I showed you the messages, and I had sent him a voice message, and he never listened to it. And I think I just wanted it to be known that, my father had fought for Buffalo's honor, and we can get into that another time. But, Buffalo ran and left my father for dead. And I don't think that should be considered an outstanding member of the Pagans. And that upset me. And I wanted him to know why it upset me. And he never listened to my voice message. He just said his piece and just left it at that. And I think that is highly disrespectful. He was saying how he, would do nothing but honor my father and, this and that, trying to talk, good about my dad. Maybe he thought that was going to butter me up, but I don't give a fuck about none of that. You sat there and you did what you did and you said what you said, and now you don't want to listen to my voice message in response, which is fine. So that just shows me what a coward and what a fraud that this guy Bull Harris is, and that's why I'm on the show, because I agree with you 100%.
Have you ever seen a pagan patch look like this?
Personally, me, no. And now, are they out there? I don't know. Everything is changing.
But I noticed something.
What's that?
He makes his own patches.
And see, this is the problem, is that old school ways, man. I just don't, I can't for the life of me understand why things have changed so drastically to the point where you have old school bikers who are on their way out saying they don't want nothing to do with the club anymore because of how it's changed, And I find that disturbing, because a lot of these men that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s have put in so many years of real, literal blood, sweat, and tears. And things have been, they made things a certain way for a reason. And those ways have been changed drastically throughout the last decade, I'd say. And I, it's none of my business. I'm not a pagan, but I grew up in that kind of atmosphere with my father being a pagan and my uncle being a pagan and stuff like that. So I just find it disturbing for these older men that have gone through so much for the club to actually want to sit back and say, I don't want nothing to do with the club anymore. And him making his own patch just reminded me that those are one of the reasons, because as far as I knew, it had to be a specific patch from a specific hand. You can't just be out there making your own patches, man. I don't
look at that. Look at that 1% patch. Does that look just normal?
Like I said, in my opinion, from what I've seen, my father's cut did not look like that. My uncle's cut don't look like that. I've never seen that. No.
He's always wearing these, he made this hat.
Now that hat, those sayings, LPDF and, forever pagan, pagan forever and stuff like that, those types of things, I could see people making their own logos with and things like that. But as far as, keeping things the way that they were, as far as the cut is concerned, I feel like is really, really vital and important for the members who have been involved in the Pagans before Bull Harris was even thought of.
I mean, why does this guy have a different cut than all the other members?
He's extremely disrespectful. Even as we talk about it, my blood boils.
Me getting kicked out, I know what it did to my life. These bros just quickly moved on though. And I even was told one time I was hung up that I need to let it go. You got kicked out. No.
He is extremely disrespectful. I don't know how he thinks he's respecting the Pagans or the club in any way by, I don't know what, is that a tattoo on his neck?
Yeah, it says 1%.
And a diamond?
Yeah.
This guy is now here's the thing, as I have tried to do research on Bull through other people, just, lightly, nothing heavy, but just little light research here and there. And I can't get a definitive answer as if he's actually patched in or he's out bad. Because I've heard that he's out bad, but then
Well,
he's on Vice TV.
he told me in his interview that he is out bad. And then he tells me that he's still in it. So he doesn't, I think he's, honestly, so the story I hear is that he was in the club, he got thrown out, and then he just can't let it go. And he's like making these patches, and then he comes up with these tapes.
He better be careful, because I don't really understand how he's, and I don't want to say that the pagans don't handle their business or stand on their business. I'm not in any way trying to insinuate that by saying what I'm about to say, but how the fuck is he getting away with being, I don't know. I can't even say a pagan, because I don't even know. How is he getting away with doing the things that he's doing is what I want to know.
I don't know.
A lot of people want to know that.
Maybe he's hiding out somewhere doing it. I
don't
know.
think so. I mean, I think he's in the country somewhere.
Somewhere in South Carolina or North Carolina.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. He's extremely disrespectful. I find him to be disrespectful towards my uncle and my dad, who have really earned their way into the club, into and through the club. They've earned their stripes, and I feel like Bull Harris is disrespecting those types of members of the pagans. I mean, yeah.
I mean, this is all made. He made all this. This is like handmade.
Yeah,
stuff.
he did. That's so weird. He's
Ashland.
weird. He's a
That's
weird
North Carolina. Ashland, right?
I'm not sure, but he is a strange character.
And then he points at the father thing. When he's not your father, he's not your grandfather. He's not related to you. So I don't know why.
Now, he's at the gravesite. Where is Lou Dobkins buried, in North Carolina or South Carolina?
I'm not sure exactly where. I think maybe Virginia.
That's what I thought, but I never knew for sure. Because what did you go to Virginia to go to the site? Like, dude, he's doing outlandish things. Going on Vice TV and posting up pagan business is outlandish. And you know what? To be honest, just to say my piece, I did not even know Bull Harris was going to be on the show until after they filmed it.
All of us, nobody knew that
you didn't know either, right? My cousin didn't know.
Everyone that was involved with that show reached out to Vice, and they did not want to be a part of it if he was going to be on it.
If I would have known Bull Harris was going to be on that show, I wouldn't have been on it.
I wouldn't have done it either. So,
period.
Because he is a complete and
fraud.
Utter fraud. Look at all these comments. That is an AI voice. How the hell did this channel actually claim that this to be Lou?
So you're saying that riding Harley Davidsons for a while sucks so much that you have to be on medicine to bear it.
No, that's not the comment.
That's a regular comment. Are you sure
y'all
that
sure
ain't
that
AI?
John Teller speaking? That recording of Lou sounds AI. Laugh my ass off.
Wow, the AI voice tapes are rough. You know, for the common...
Great job, AI quotes used throughout this documentary. These tapes they found ain't real. And we got the proof that they ain't real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he should be very shameful about himself, too. I hope he watches this and he has to hear what we have to say, because that is extremely shameful as a grown man to go on national television or anywhere on social media, TikTok, posting up Lou Dobkins tapes as if they're real. That is a shameful act. And he needs his whipped, period.
I can't promote violence.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No promoting violence.
Like, for him to do this to the pagans out of all people out there. Like, that's
He's playing a dangerous
you're
game.
Playing a very dangerous game.
He's playing a dangerous game. That's nothing to fuck around with. I mean, you know, from all the documentaries we've seen, from the people that we know, the pagans really aren't the ones to really mess around with. I don't understand. I don't know.
I mean, I think we went on there and we were very respectful
Yeah, I think so. I
to the
think,
organization in a whole.
yeah, I think so. I think we were respectful, we were well spoken, and we told the truth. That's the thing. You know, the things I've said are true. The things you said that you know to be true for facts. You know, it's like it's not like you don't do your research. You do your research before you know what I'm saying?
And I've done my research on this bull Harris, and he is not the grandson of Lou Dobkins. In no means, he's not related to him. There's not a hair on his head that's related.
Now
to
I don't
Lou
even believe the
Dobkins.
story he told me.
What
I don't
story is
believe
that?
what with the granddaughter. With the granddaughter, I don't believe that shit either. I think that's a lie too.
It is
What he,
all a lie. It's
yeah,
all a lie.
yeah, for sure.
He concocted this whole scenario
Who
somewhere in
wants
those
to live?
tapes.
That's so stressful.
Somewhere in those tapes, it says that the person that finds these tapes is the
chosen
one.
So I guess he's insinuating that would be him.
Yeah.
He could never be a chosen one for any loved ones of mine that are in the Pagans. I'll tell you that. They're not going to be following his lead anytime soon. So
And
he's living a lie.
Is there a nomad chapter of the Pagans? I hear there isn't a nomad chapter as of right now.
I've never, now again, I'm not a pagan, but I've never heard of a nomad chapter of the Pagans. Now, could there be? I don't know. But I personally have never seen or heard of a nomad chapter of the Pagans ever.
He claims he's part of it.
I just never heard of it. Like I said, it could be maybe something in his area, possibly. Was it sanctioned? I don't know. But like the whole question remains, was he even sanctioned? You know what I'm saying? Nobody can give me a definitive answer. And I for damn sure ain't sticking my nose in where it don't belong, but I'm not going to call Conan and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that, but
I mean,
I
the
would
club
like
business,
out of curiosity.
the club business is none of our business.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And
but out of curiosity, I would like to know though. I would just like to know because of everything that has come out to be a lie from this guy.
I mean,
That's
look at that
what piques
right
my
there.
interest.
Look at that right there on the bottom. He's making his own patches.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
You're supposed to be
I
given
was always
patches.
Yeah, I was always the assumption. I was always under the assumption that there's an old lady that is designated to sew patches, and that is that. But then again, you know, times have changed. Maybe somebody changed the rules. Maybe somebody gave somebody permission. Who knows? I really don't know.
To make your own at home.
It's possible. Listen, Bill, everything has changed. Everything has changed. I know an old school member of the Pagans that don't want nothing to do with them no more because of just all the changes that have been brought throughout this last decade. I want to say this last 10 years. It's like, a lot.
Have you ever heard of a black pagan besides that one guy? Or Spanish pagans? It was always a white thing, wasn't it?
Okay, so I'll just be transparent. My father was racist anyways, whether he was a biker or not. He was just raised that way. He's from the South. You know, they moved to Long Island, to Medford. And he just was always racist until I was born. And I started getting older and started getting into that culture. Then he started to open his mind a little bit. But as far as I grew up knowing, yes, that it's just white. Like it's just a whitewashed club. Like it's just there's no black members. I didn't know that there was a black chapter of the Pagans until much later when I was older. But also, as far as I was told, that was the only black chapter of the Pagans, and it was no more.
Yeah, it was eventually gone, right?
And Buffalo was a part of that chapter, and that's how my father knew him, and that's why he sat with him at the table in the prison. So that
your father got attacked before even being around him, right?
Yeah, he was attacked by a white supremacist who was looking to get transferred out of the prison. So he chose my father because he was sitting with a black person, period. And my father was my father was a biker, so the white supremacist probably figured that he was supposed to be sitting with his own. But that's really not how my father operates. If you're a solid dude and if you're a pagan, he don't give a fuck what color you are. If you're a pagan, you're his brother and he's going to sit with you. And that's how he looked at it. But so, yeah, the white supremacists took my dad's eye out, and as far as I knew, Buffalo was a part of that chapter, and that was the only chapter, and it's no more. But what do I know? I just know what I'm told.
With all of the cuts that I've seen, right? And I've done a
Mm-hmm.
lot of research. I've spoken to a lot of members.
Mm-hmm.
I have never, ever seen the patches that he has and the way that they're positioned on his gut.
Me either.
Never. So how is he able to get away with that?
I don't know. I keep asking myself that same question and trying to be patient also, because you never know when they're going to strike. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what if they're talking about it? You know what I'm saying? So you never know, what retaliation might come from what direction. And this kid Bull, man, I can't even call him a kid because he's a grown man. And it's shameful acts that he's doing. Lying about being Lou Dobkins' grandson and making your own patches and positioning them the way that you're supposed to, the way that you want instead of the way that they're supposed to, just doesn't sit right with me as someone who has loved ones in the club, that's older.
This is the alleged black member right there on the right.
It's disrespectful.
Right? This is him?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, he's got a pagan cut on, right?
So look at all these cuts. Why is his different? Why?
His is different. Yes, it is. It's not supposed to be.
Is it because he's special?
I don't know.
He gets to wear a different cut because he's a special kind of guy, right? It just doesn't make sense.
Like I said, who knows who gave who permission to do what, and everything is changing, and maybe it hasn't gone down to the person it was supposed to get down to yet, because I just don't see them letting this rock out. So there has to be a reason. There has to, and it's really none of our business, what retaliation might come his way from them. But it does make one curious to know what his consequences might be, because me being gang affiliated myself know that certain people shouldn't be able to do certain things or say certain things or show certain things. It's supposed to be a tight-knit type of community, and when you are a tight-knit community and you are the only community that knows certain information about each other, it should not go on a Vice or an A&E or a history or anything like that. Paperwork, oaths, voice recordings. The only one that should be showing voice recordings on national TV is the feds. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, I look at Bull as the feds, because why are you're supposed to be a pagan, but you're putting pagan stuff. Now, I know we speak about pagan stuff, right? Because we're content creators, you're a podcast creator. So this is what we do. But he's not. He's actually a part of
I don't believe he is. That's my personal belief.
But my thing is,
I don't think he is.
But I mean either. But my thing is, he's saying that he is. He went on ViceTV and said he was the grandson of Lou Dobkins. So my thing is, right? You're claiming to be a member of this club, but yet you're on national television exposing the club's business, oaths, paperwork, Lou Dobkins' voice, like. What do you think
patches
you're doing?
stand for and all this other stuff?
Yeah, what the patches stand for, giving Vice information about what this and that means, and that, as civilians, we give what we think we know, but we're not club members. There is a complete difference in my eyes. You're supposed to be a club member. So now to me, Bull Harris is like police in my eyes. I look at him like he's the feds. Why are you exposing your own club's business on national television? What for? What is the gain? What do you think you're going to have, like a Netflix special? I'm confused.
I think it's just going to be bad for him,
I do. I think it's going to be bad for him. I think it's going to be bad for him financially too, because he's plagiarizing somebody else's book.
And
Why?
little does he know, I have the book. I have the book that he plagiarized.
Mm-hmm. And like
Should
I
we
said, did he
should we
think?
play the video now? Should we just play it?
I think you should. I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Let me get the video. Yeah, I think it'll be better to get your reaction too.
Yeah, cool.
This is pretty damning evidence.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
well,
no way around it. He
it
can't
is
deny
what it
that
is.
this is
It is what the fuck it is, man. You made your bed. What do they say? You lay in it.
100%.
How you doing, brother? Miklo 1%er, Los Perros MC, Mother Chapter, Virginia. Making this video for my brother Staxx. Ask and you shall receive. Alright. Here's my book. I am the author of The Spirit of the 1%er by Aaron Miklo 1%er Swoboda. Yours truly. Alright. The article in question. Let's see. Let's go to the table of contents here. Article number 54, The Plea of a Founder, page 321. Got my bookmark here. Flip on over to 321. The Plea of a Founder.
The plea of a founder.
Written April 26, 2022. I am writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
I'm writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
Smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
The smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Our young old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
Our young old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that the John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
We ride free and wear our colors with pride.
We ride free and we wear our colors with pride.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
We are the founding generation of our club.
We are the founding generation of our club.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
As I laid under the stars last night next to my bike and my amazing old lady, I began to think about how lucky we are, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
As I laid under the stars last night, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?
Fraud.
Yikes!
Total fraud.
Yikes!
So what do you think of that?
Bill. All right, so look.
Sewing on his badges.
The Breakfast Club has something called the Donkey of the Day.
Oh, he's definitely got that.
He's got it for the whole year, my friend. Donkey of the Year. Wow. And you know, now that I'm like listening to the Lou Dobkins voice,
It's not his voice.
you could tell that it's like robotic. Like it's got some kind of robotic end to each syllable.
For all the pagans out there who claim that this guy's real, he is absolutely not real. That's not Lou Dobkins' voice. It never was. I mean, it's a good fantasy, and it's a good,
good plot for a show.
Sons of Anarchy type.
Yeah.
Jax
And for
Teller
anyone
finds
else,
the tapes.
not even the pagan, not even just the pagans, for anybody who thinks that this guy Bull is a solid man, a solid human being, it's just not. I guarantee you he has no real friends. He must be outed by his family. Someone who can just make up all these lies and like, Bill, not even just make up lies in your head. This guy is going as far as like paying an app, like paying an AI app and like putting the text through. He probably read the book. Like he put in a lot of work. It's like sociopathic kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you put in all this work to just lie and lie and lie and lie. And then you go on ViceTV and lie some more.
A national TV show. And I told them.
Once I found out he was on the show, it was already filmed, but I did reach out and I explained to them that, you know, if I knew he was going to be on the show, guys, I wouldn't have done the show. And I think they know that.
I said the same thing too.
I think they knew that. You know, there's a couple of people I like from Vice, but who, you know, they're going to do their job. So they must have some loophole as to how they can have this on national television too, when it's plagiarism.
Pretty wild. He's caught out.
Yeah, for sure.
He's an absolute fraud. He is not the grandson of Lou Dobkins. He does not have Lou Dobkin tapes. He made those tapes himself. I will be making some TikTok content and I will be tagging Bull in it. And I did reach out to Bull Harris and I tried to get his aspect on things and he respectfully declined.
That's twice he respectfully declined though, because remember I asked the first time.
Because he knows this is coming.
Yeah, he knows. Oh, for sure. Which makes it even more sociopathic. Honestly, I don't see this guy having any solid people in his life with I couldn't imagine if he's doing this to a club. Imagine him doing this like in regular life. Like this guy is weird.
I want to know what his response is. Really, talk your way out of this one.
Yeah. I'd like to know a few responses after this is aired. I'd like to make sure a couple of people watch it, and I would like to see what their thoughts on it because, you know, and what about this guy that wrote the book? I mean, he sounds Spanish.
Yeah, that's my boy Miklo.
I love Blood In, Blood Out. That's my movie.
Yeah, Miklo. He's the founder of Los Pedros. Motorcycle club. A lot of his book is different quotes from different clubs.
So he's not even a pagan.
No.
So he's just in a club and wrote a book about one percenters?
Yes.
Oh my God. He's not even a pagan and Bull Harris plagiarized his book, bro.
It made it seem like the founder of the Pagans said all that.
So you had a conversation with this. I'm sorry, so I don't mean to be disrespectful, but what is his name again? Miklo. Okay, yeah. You had a conversation with Miklo, obviously not on air, right? Can I ask how that conversation went? Like, was he pissed? Was he angry? Was he like, psh? Was he calm?
He's calm, but he's like, this guy plagiarized my book. And I'm
does he plan on doing anything about it?
No, he doesn't. He's not going to go the legal route. He's a real one percenter. He's a real one percenter. He's not like, he doesn't want any legal ramifications for this.
Right. Now, does he plan on trying to have a conversation with Bull about it?
I believe he said he did reach out to him and said, I know what you're doing. I know what you did.
Okay. I'd like to know if Bull read it, because I know he probably left him on scene if he did.
So there's a lot of use in the motorcycle culture, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But I definitely heard that this guy is a addict.
I heard the same thing. And there really is a difference. I've seen club members active on. I've seen their lifestyle. There's a difference between somebody who uses and somebody who is a full-blown addict. So he's being called an addict, there must be some kind of problem behind that.
Do you think maybe the drugs is the part of why he's did this?
Well, from somebody who has a loved one, my brother is paranoid schizophrenic, and it runs in his family. And so what happened when he was 18 was he tried acid for the first time. It offset a chemical imbalance with the hereditary paranoid schizophrenia. So are actually sometimes directly linked to schizophrenia and paranoid schizophrenia. So, I mean, I'm no doctor, I'm no doctor, but from my experience with knowing people that has done drugs and have mental health issues, I do know that it does play a part. But Bull seems to be pretty well spoken for somebody who, I don't know. He's just, listen, regardless of whether he's even an addict or not, he's still doing outlandish, and it's about time that he just gets exposed.
He's a pathological liar is what he is.
Absolutely, 100%. Yep. And I believe that he's got sociopathic tendencies also.
And he needs to take all of them Lou Dobkins tapes down. There is no Lou Dobkins tapes. Take them videos down.
In my opinion, he should take them down. If I were anybody to have any say about it, he would be taking them down immediately. Because I feel it's disrespectful. And me personally, I'm a principled person. I'm all about principle. And sometimes that's a hard way to live because a lot of people just don't understand, the life of a person that's about principle. And just out of principality, I would have him take it down immediately. I'd have him rip all those patches off his cut and burn them because that's not even the right way you do it. That's not the right patches. You're just...
Do you think possibly maybe he got kicked out of the club and he just can't let go?
Me getting kicked out, I know what it did to my life. These bros just quickly moved on though. And I even was told one time I was hung up that I need to let it go. Just, you got kicked out. No.
It's a possibility. Like I said, I've never met him personally. I don't know him personally. I had a couple of words with him, and I found him to be extremely fraudulent. So there's no telling, maybe he has people believing he was in the club and maybe he never was, or maybe he was and he's out bad and he just can't let go, like you said.
Well, I interviewed him and he double talked the whole way through. It was kind of hard to follow his story.
The interview that you did you put that out?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh man, where the hell was that? Oh yes, you did. I watched it. I'm bugging. Yeah, I watched it. I'm tripping. Yeah, he's a fraud, man. He definitely was double backing on a lot of things he said, because in your mind, I'm no doctor, but this is why I say he's a sociopath, because in your mind, you have to really remember the lies that you told and keep up with it. So you have this organized system in your head where, okay, let me pull out this file box because I lied about this, and that lie is in there.
Matter of fact, you know what? He told me how he met the whole Lou Dobkins thing in the interview. Well, how he came about to find the tapes. I'm gonna get it.
You should clip that. You should clip that and put it up in here.
I'm gonna.
Absolutely. 100%.
I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea.
And the clip of my message, don't forget that too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna put that in.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. That's what he got.
And another thing is, someone hit me up and said Lou Dobkins absolutely did not know Sonny Barter. They did not know each other. They were not friends.
I could probably ask somebody about that. I mean, that's a pretty genuine question. I think I could probably ask somebody, if that is a fact or not. But I personally don't believe that's true.
I don't either.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. This is the type of people in this world never cease to amaze me, Bill.
Yeah, it just gets crazier and crazier as the days go on, don't it?
It's a wicked world. Yes, it is.
When you lie so much and you can't hold your lies together, that's what's going to bite them.
Exactly. Eventually, it always happens. People don't understand the power of energy exchange. You you just keep living a life of lies and sneakiness and manipulation and narcissism, and your quality of life is going to be you're just going to keep having yourself in a karmatic circle, and eventually everything is exposed. Everything that's fake about you will always be exposed, and the one that's going to be doing the exposing is yourself, because you're not going to be able to keep up with the shit.
That's why I don't feel bad, because he did this to
No.
himself.
I don't feel bad whatsoever.
No,
I really don't.
He did this to himself, and
And the thing is you try to give him the benefit of the doubt by letting him come on and explain himself, but he respectfully declined. So now we respectfully expose you.
100%. Yeah, we're not. I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to double talk and do this and that. I don't care for all that. This is going out one way or another. It's definitely going out, and I don't.
As it should. He needs to be exposed, because there are actually members out there believing this.
This needs to be brought to light to the people out there that really ride for the club, and they don't need to be having this type of energy out there,
No, not at all. I agree. They need to focus on whatever they got going on, which is their business. And people like Bull Harris need to just live their lives, man. Just go, I don't know, go in the field and go farm or whatever the fuck y'all do out there in South Carolina, man. Just become a farmer or something. You're not a biker. You're not biker material, and that's just the fuck it. And if you don't like it, what you want to do?
Just stop faking the funk, man. He should come clean and tell the truth. All this is a lie. He can't talk his way out of this.
No way.
He's a complete fraud. And I don't know if we told people this, but we kind of got confirmation that he is not a member.
Yes, we did. I heard it with my own ears.
So stay tuned. There's probably a lot more drama coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know that.
I appreciate you taking the time coming on this show.
Of course. I love chatting with Staxx. Come on now.
Thank you. And if you ever out there and you hear the Lou Dobkins tapes, make sure you report it and get it took down for fraud, because that should not be out there.
And stay tuned for my content on K Hardashian on TikTok, because I will be making some motherfucking Bull Harris content coming soon.
And shout out to all the real pagans out there. I appreciate your support. And we're going to keep it going. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show too bad, start your own podcast. And remember, don't be a Bull Harris. Peace.
How you doing, brother? Miklo 1%er, Los Perros MC, Mother Chapter, Virginia. Making this video for my brother Staxx. Ask and you shall receive. All right. Here's my book. I am the author of The Spirit of the 1%er by Aaron Miklo 1%er Swoboda. Yours truly. All right. The article in question. Let's see. Let's go to the table of contents here. Article number 54. The Plea of a Founder. Page 321. Got my bookmark here. Flip on over to 321. The Plea of a Founder.
The Plea of a Founder.
Written April 26, 2022. I am writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
I'm writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
Smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
The smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Our young, old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
Our young, old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that the John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
We ride free and wear our colors with pride.
We ride free and we wear our colors with pride.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
We are the founding generation of our club.
We are the founding generation of our club.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
As I laid under the stars last night next to my bike and my amazing old lady, I began to think about how lucky we are, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
As I laid under the stars last night, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?